Right, question 13 on the higher paper one. Shabana is moving to a new house and is using boxes to pack. So there's the diagram of the boxes. Shabana has two mathematically similar packing boxes. That is important. What similarity means in maths is that one of them is an enlargement of the other one. Okay? The ratio of the length of the two boxes is 2 to 3. So the ratio of their volumes must be 4 to 9. Now, give a reason why Shabana is incorrect and state the correct ratio of the volumes. You should hopefully spot there that she has squared those two numbers. She's done 2 squared to 3 squared to get 4 to 9. Now that is something that would help you with something to do with those things, but it isn't right for the volume. Okay, you should spot, you know what volume is. Think about what the units of volume are. They are centimeters cubed. So these numbers should have been cubed, not squared. Okay, so 2 cubed, which is 8, to 3 cubed, which is 27. Okay, if you're wondering where that's come from, sorry, 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 to give me the 8, same with 27. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3, 27. Okay, right, part 2. Shabana has 2 different square-based boxes where the ratio of the length of the sides of the square is 1 to 3, and the ratio of the height is 1 to 4. How many of the small boxes can a large box hold? But the problem with this is that it doesn't give you any numbers to deal with in terms of the actual boxes. Now, you can, if you want to, whenever you get something like that, just choose numbers to deal with. Let's say we don't know what these are, so let's just pick some for the bottom. That's 2, and that's 2, and that's 3. Choose easy numbers, 1, 1, and 2 if you wanted to. How many of these can fit in there? Well, if I know the ratio of the lengths of the sides of the squares remember at the top there, 1 to 3. Well, if that's 1, it would make that 6, wouldn't it? And that's 6. And then that's 1 to 4, so that would make that 3, that would make that 12. So I could, if I wanted to there, figure out the volumes and divide them. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. 6 times 6 is 36, times 12. 2 times 6 is 12, the one there, 5, 6, 7, 0, 6, 3. This is going to be nice. 2 there, 13 there, 1 there, 4 there, and do 12 into 432. You can do things that way. I think that's a nastier method. I wouldn't do it that way. What I would do is spot that, well, if I know that one of those will fit 3 times across there, and it will also fit 3 times that way, it means that I'm going to get a diagram that looks kind of like that. I could fit 9 of those squares on top of there, which means that I could carry that on down there like that, and it means that this fits 4 times going up. And then I can just continue on that diagram there, and I can see how many of those boxes I'm going to get. So I'm going to get 9 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 4 layers of 9 boxes. Okay, so I'm going to get 9 boxes there, 9 boxes there, 9 boxes there, 9 boxes there. So altogether, I'm going to get 36 boxes. Okay, you would get that doing that the same way, by the way, if you wanted to. Do 12 into 432. 12 into 43 will go 3 times, with 7 left over. 12 into 72 will go 6 times. So either way, you get 36. The problem there is the fact they don't give you any numbers. So you can, if you want to do it that way, you can choose numbers to start off with and then work everything out from there. Or I think it's quicker there, spottable, just using these to kind of draw that diagram on there. Right, on to part B then. Shabana's new house is further away from her workplace. She estimates that there will be a 15% increase in the cost of getting to work. From her old house, she drove 945 miles per month, used petrol at a rate of 9 miles per litre and paid 120p per litre. So how much more will it cost her after she's moved? So there's an awful lot going on in this question. It is worth 4 marks. The maths isn't particularly difficult. Again, it's just one of them things where knowing what to do first. She estimates that there will be a 15% increase in the cost of getting to work. Now, at the minute, we don't know what our cost of getting to work is. We've got the sort of part to figure that out here, but we don't know what it is. So the mistakes that we see sometimes with this are people trying to increase all of these things by 15%. Don't do that, because it is saying a 15% increase in the cost of getting to work. So you need to figure out that cost first and then increase it by 15%. Okay? So the first thing to do is to figure out, using this, what our cost of work is. So the cost is going to be based around this 120p per litre. So I need to know how many litres she's used. So if she drives 945 miles, and for every 9 miles I get 1 litre, I can divide them to see how many litres I'm getting. So I need to do 9 into 945. 9 into 9 goes once, 9 into 4 won't go, 9 into 45 will go 5 times. So it means she's using 105 litres a month. So we've then got 105 litres times 120, because each litre costs 120p. So 0 times 5, well, that's going to give us 3 zeros, isn't it? 0 times 5, 0 times 0, 0 times 1. Put a 0 down. 2 times 5 is 10, 0 there, 1 there. 2 times 0 is nothing, add the 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 zeros now for the 1, and then we're going to get 501, like that. Add them all up, 0, 0, 6, 2, 1. Remember, that is in pennies, so that would give us £126. So that is the old cost. So what we now need to do is increase that by the 15%. So 10% would be 12.6. 5% would be half of that, which is 6.3, just half of them. 12 divided by 2 is 6, 6 divided by 3 by 2 is 3, sorry. Add them together, that's going to give me 18.9. Okay, and that is the increase, isn't it? How much more will it cost? It's not asking for the new price, the new cost of getting to work. It's saying how much more will it cost. Well, we know the increase is going to be that 15%, and that's our 15% there. Okay, so that's our answer. Right, going back and looking at the mark scheme for all this then. So for question 1, valid reason. Parts of the ratio should be cubed. Okay, so that's what we've got there. 4 to 9 is the area, not the volume. You know, basically spot on the cheese squared instead of cubed it. She's working with the area instead of the volume and anything like that. And then obviously 8 to 27 or equivalent. Okay, so right, that will be fine. Right, the next one is 36. Now there's 2 marks available here. You can either do 3 times 3 times 4 or equivalent C. Now I'd kind of done that by doing the 6 times 6 times 12. That will be the equivalent, something like that. But trying to do this, now it doesn't actually, you might get it for doing the diagram. I think the diagram is the easiest way to do it there. But looking at this, you might not actually get that B1 mark if you get your diagram wrong. Whereas you would get your B1 mark for doing it this way. Okay, so just be careful with that. If you can't spot that, the best thing to do would be to know to do, you know, you're timesing it by 3 there, timesing it by 3 there, timesing it by 4 there. Right, and then over the page, okay, so you're getting 1 mark for getting the 105 litres. Okay, the spot on that her cost depends on the number of litres she used. So to figure out the number of litres, do 9.5 divided by 9 to get that. You're then getting a method mark for timesing that by 120. Now that's quite a generous thing, and it also says there follow through for their 105. So if you end up getting this sum wrong, if you still times it by 120, you still get that method mark. You then get further method mark for figuring out 15% of your answer to that. So look there, further follow through there 126. So even if you get this first bit wrong, you can still get these two method marks, times them by 120, and then figuring out 15% of your answer. The final accuracy mark is for getting everything right, and you can either write it as £18.90 or 1,890p, depending on how you decided to do that.